Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to set your settings to use the digital HeatFX laser easy peel paper on your Illustrator. Um, so what I do is I always have my artboard. I always set it up as 10.5 by 16.5. I don't use the 11 by 17 just because I want to leave that extra space available to when you marry them. You want to have that little bit of extra space when you cut it. So under the artboard options, I always put the 16.5 by 10.5. That way all my images stay within the range, and you don't run into problems once you marry the two papers. So once you have that, you put all your image, whatever you want. Then you're going to go to File. Okay. You're going to go to File. You're going to go to Print. And you're going to make sure you have your Oki selected. You're going to go to Setup down here. You're going to go to, make sure you have your Oki selected again. Make sure you go to Preferences. Okay. You're going to have this in Landscape, the orientation. And you're going to go Paper Quality. You're going to make sure you have multi-purpose tray. You want to use a multi-purpose tray because you don't want to feed it from tray 1. You don't want it to go through all the rollers, bend it, and possibly damage your paper. So you want to just have it go in through the multi-purpose tray. You're going to hit Advanced, Tabloid, down here. That's the paper size. I use the 11 by 17, so that's tabloid. If you were to use the other one, it'd be letter. But we're using tabloid this time. Another thing you need is media check off. Again, in my other video I explained this. You don't want it to ask you every single time it's going to print a sheet. If you're doing multiple prints or whatever, it'll ask you, do you have the right paper, all that kind of stuff, and then you have to hit OK on the printer. By actually having this off, then it'll bypass that, so it'll just print every single sheet one after the other. Media type, the laser easy peel is a transparency, so you have to set up as transparency, and the rest is set up OK. And you just hit OK. Next thing you need to go to is the stacker. You have to have that face up, and the mirror print. Everything that you print for the Oki has to be a mirror print. The stacker, let me explain that. This will allow it to come out of the side tray instead of coming up out of the top. And again, that's to keep it from bending and possibly damaging your image. So you want it to just go in straight, pass right through from the multi-purpose tray through the stacker tray. So make sure you have that, and then you just hit OK, and you hit Print, and this should come back to this. All your settings are already set up. Scaling, you don't want it to scale. You want it to stay the same. That way, it leaves that little gap right around the edges, all the way around. Again, for when you marry the two, the A and B paper, you'll have that space to be able to cut and all that. And then you just hit Print, or you can hit Done. Again, as I said in my other video, I have a template, and I have this saved, and that way it has all the settings already saved. So I pretty much start every single video, every single design with everything blanked out. But it already has all the settings, all the print settings in this, and this is where I start all my images. So all I do is I start with this, put my image, start working, and I put Save As and whatever it might be. And that way it keeps all the properties, all the printing properties and everything already stored in here. And that should be it. There are other papers that are available, for the Oki. There's the Digitrans laser, no weed. There's a Technique print. There's the Magic Touch, Image Clip, Forever Paper, um, all these. And on this is the suggested heat transfer media settings. So instead of hitting transparency for all of these, you choose either ultra heavy 1, medium, label 2, all this kind of stuff. So it all depends on the paper that you want to use. Um, Again, let me just show you where to get to it. You would just go to File, Print, Setup, Preferences, Paper Quality, Advanced, and right here is where you would choose all that ultra heavy, medium heavy, all those kind of things. Labels too, all depending on the paper. For the laser easy peel, the digital effects, you're using transparency. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or write it on the comments, and I'll try to answer that for you. Thank you.